Oh, winter's hard on us. It's hard on our moods. It's hard on our skin.
And it's definitely hard on the cars. We need TLC this time of year, and so do they.
Back today to take on your car questions, Peter Fink from Certified Transmission. Good to see you, Peter.
How are you guys?
Good. How was your Valentine's Day weekend?
You know, it was okay. I mean, you know, nothing super special, okay, but I mean, it was good.
Do you do flowers? Does your wife appreciate the flowers or not?
I try to get flowers quite a bit. Okay, it ain't just for Valentine's Day. Okay, but you know, a little small surprise, a gift or flowers or something, you know, kind of goes a long way.
Not just
Smart.
on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, he's
Smart
got it
play.
figured out.
There
you go.
That's why we bring him on
Keeps
here.
me a little bit out of trouble, you know, or whatever. So, I mean.
Well, we've got this first question. The first question, it doesn't have to do with flowers, but it does come from Kelly. She said, I've got rust forming on my car, specifically near the bottom of the doors. Is there anything I can do now to keep the problem from getting worse?
Well, unfortunately, not really, okay? I wish you would develop something, okay? I know they say they've got some different kind of paints or whatever, but if you do that, it isn't going to match. It's going to look pretty bad, okay? As far as trying to clean it, the only real way is actually cut it out or replace the door, okay? There is no way to stop it, okay, and stuff, all right? That I know of, okay, that I've seen or anything like this. I mean, you really got to wash your cars around here in this weather, okay? If you live out in Phoenix, it isn't that critical because no salt or this, that, and the other thing, but, you know, winter is tough. You know, we got to kind of wash our cars once a week to keep that stuff off, or otherwise, you know, several years down the road, you're going to have some rust on it.
That's funny. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I know, I was just saying that's a key point because a lot of people want to wait until all the snow melts because you don't want to get your car dirty again.
I had a Grand Cherokee, and my driveway kind of slopes back, and I parked it, and you could see where the water had kind of run down the back at the bottom, and there was rust forming on both sides.
There you go.
Back by the back doors.
Yep. That undercar wash, you know what? It is. You got to pay the extra couple dollars to get it. It really does help, okay, and stuff. And like I said, wash it once a week. We all like to wait till, you know, oh man, I don't want it. All the snow has to melt, you know, and all this kind of stuff. But it's not good for our cars.
That's your best prevention, huh?
That is really it. And I mean, truthfully, it's a lot cheaper in the long run. I mean, you know, compared to repainting it, replacing doors, and doing all the body work, okay, and stuff, without a doubt.
Makes sense.
We've got some other questions. Next from Pat. My 2000 Chevy Silverado warning chime sounds when I remove the key, like I left the lights on or something, but the lights aren't on. Any idea what it's doing or how I can stop it or get it to stop?
Well, on this one, since again a little bit older, I think possibly the door switch might be going bad, and it thinks it doesn't recognize that it's open, or it thinks it's open, one of the two. The other thing that has happened is on a lot of GM vehicles, there's been recalls on the ignition switch, okay? You hear a lot of it in the news, cars catching on fire, all that kind of stuff. We have seen a lot of Chevrolet trucks, okay, cause even transmission engines or problems because of the ignition switch, okay? Good news is you go to a proper repair place, they don't sell you a new transmission and then an ignition switch. They figure it out that it's an ignition switch to start with. So there's definitely a possibility the ignition switch is bad, or if the key tumbler itself and or the steering column is wore out, okay, and stuff. Without feeling it and seeing it, you know, kind of hard to say, okay, but if the dome light goes on and off, it probably isn't the door switch, okay? Probably I would look at that ignition switch, probably bring it into a shop. There might even be a recall on it. You might want to check, okay, because a lot of General Motors cars fell into that category, and the ignition switch would be replaced for free.
Gotcha.
That's the right price.
That is. I'll take that anytime.
That's right.
This last question is something that affects all of us. I know potholes are creeping up this time of year. And, this one comes from Heidi. She says, I hit a huge pothole last week, and I don't see any damage, but my Toyota Sienna just feels a bit off. Could it have affected my alignment?
Without a doubt, potholes is a #1 thing. That's enemy #1 on cars, okay, especially around here. When you hit one, it's going to change most likely your alignment. Depending upon how hard you hit it, how fast you're going, it can bend a wheel, okay, slightly bend it. It can ruin a tire, break a belt inside the tire. It could have done any of the above, okay. Now, depending how bad it is, we're going to be for several weeks for potholes. I don't know that I'd run into the shop real bad unless your steering wheel's going like this or something, you know, but probably in a few weeks I would probably get it in the shop, have them check it. Hopefully if everything is good, it just knocked the alignment off, maybe tweak the subframe, it's bolted in there and it might have to be realigned or whatever and stuff, okay? This time of year, it's kind of one of those things we're all zigzagging and everything, and hopefully they don't think you're driving drunk or anything. You know?
Or get into a worse accident.
That's
You're
right.
but it is nasty out there. Not only on the streets, but I've seen parking lots that
Oh
have
my
a lot
gosh,
of damage.
it's really everywhere. It is pretty amazing how fast they develop. Okay, and you know today they're small, and 3 days later,
Yes.
man, you fall in them. Okay, and
It's a
stuff.
pit.
So you know the good news is there is a mayor's hotline. You can report them. Okay, and they do a pretty good job filling them. I
think they
mean,
do
with the
too,
calls.
yeah.
I mean, really, I've called in a couple of them myself, and the next day they're filled.
That's
Okay,
great.
so.
Well, Certified Transmission, 5 area locations, certifiedtransmission.com. Peter, thanks for stopping by this morning.
Always
Yeah,
a
be
great
careful on
time.
the road. Watch out for those potholes
Watch
on the
out
way
for the
home.
potholes.
Oh yeah,
All right,
definitely.
take care.